Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax and I am back today with a review. I'm taking a look at another binder. I've been fortunate enough on this channel to review a couple of binders actually, and I'm kind of breaking from the mold a little bit. I am reviewing a binder that is not TCG specific. Before this, I've looked at both top loader binders and monster protector binders, which are made specifically for card collecting. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about a brand name item that is not specific for, as there are so many different options out there to choose from that are not TCG specific. You can buy a binder pretty much anywhere. Walmart, Target, Kmart, online, offline, you can buy binders almost anywhere. But this one stuck out to me a little bit and I wanted to share that information with you. So the brand name I'm looking at is Case-It. Case-It offers a fairly wide selection of binders. The one I'm looking at is a 4-inch one. That's why it is so thick. If you're looking at it thinking that binder is gigantic, it is. And it offered me a couple of things I haven't been able to find with other binders that are TCG specific. In particular, volume capacity, as well as protection from things like dust. So we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of those elements right now. Dust protection, this is a zippered binder. You can see it's kind of enclosed. It is zippered, so it does leave some openings at the very end of it here. I can actually stick my finger straight into the binder, so that is something to keep in mind. But this is the bottom side of the binder, so that should keep a majority of the dust out from and away from my cards, which is something I thought was kind of cool. A couple of other interesting features with this particular binder are some of the options given to me that allow me to transport it. That's something I haven't seen with some other binders that are TCG specific. We'll kind of flip this over. You'll see on the spine of the actual binder itself there is a carrying handle, which is pretty cool. And you can see here at the top, you'll notice there's kind of like a loop just kind of hanging out for no real reason. Case-It binders, some models actually come with a carrying strap. I don't have the strap with me, unfortunately, but that is an option if I wanted to throw this over my shoulder and take it with me and keep my hands free. So that's a pretty cool feature. Additionally, there are the standard zipper around the outside that protects from dust. There's also another zipper right along here, which allows me quick access into the binder itself. If I needed to get into it real quick for a specific card, I could very quickly and easily do so. The exterior of the binder also has another zippered compartment on the front, and that's really used for something like just a quick sheet of paper, something you could fold up and put inside. The pocket itself is not all that large. Maybe if you had like a pen or a pencil or something, you could just throw in there real quick. If you had like a wants list, you could throw it on an index card, something like that. You could throw it in there too. It's kind of what it's made for. This particular binder, like I mentioned, is not TCG specific, so that is something to keep in mind when buying something like this. This binder is not made for cards, but you can make it into one. Same as you could a standard 1-inch binder from, say, Walmart or Target or something of that nature. I know the Pokemon Company actually has a couple of binders they sell themselves. They're not real great, but they can certainly hold your cards too. But I'm going to go ahead and open this up, take a look inside. Here we go. Now, this particular model that I purchased actually had, along this side, it had a series of tabbed file dividers. This kind of binder is really made for schoolwork or maybe somebody who does a lot of office work and needs a lot of organization. What I did is I kind of took an X-Acto knife and a pair of scissors and actually took the actual file tabs out in order to give myself a little more room. And additionally, kind of, if any damage were to occur to my cards, it would likely be from something within the binder, so I wanted to eliminate that as best I could. So I just removed it completely. It doesn't look real great, but it serves the needs that I need it to serve. You can see here that I have a D-ring binder. Now, a couple of you might be thinking, what is a D-ring binder? Binders, when you buy them from the store, have two different kinds of rings. There are O-rings and D-rings. D-rings are a lot harder to find. Basically what that is, the rings here are shaped like a capital letter D or a capital letter O. The advantage to D-ring binders is that they keep the pages of the actual cards a lot straighter. It's a little hard to see on camera, but the pages I have in here are mostly in a straight line. O-ring binders, because they're shaped like an O, these pages will actually start to bend outwards in an O-like shape in order to sit with the pages. What that can cause is damage along the exterior of your cards because they're now poking out and away from the protective parts of the binder. So that's something to keep in mind if you are buying a binder. D-ring binders are generally much larger binders. You won't find like a 1-inch D-ring binder. They're very, very, very difficult to find if you can find them at all. You'll generally find like a 1 or 2-inch O-ring binder. So for me, I wanted a binder that had a large capacity. These D-rings are 4 inches. That's very large. So I can hold a lot of cards. This binder is kind of geared towards expansion and large sets if I need to hold something like that. So that's exactly why I bought it. So now that we've covered D-rings and O-rings a little bit, like I had mentioned before, these kinds of binders really aren't made for TCG cards. So that means you'll have to buy your own pages, and that right there is half the battle. So what I did is I did a little bit of research, and there was actually a guy on YouTube who actually reviewed binder pages. And long story short, and this is knowledge I am fully aware of and I endorse this completely myself, if you're buying binder pages, do not buy binder pages unless they're from Ultra Pro. And Ultra Pro is a very good company. They make a lot of products that are pretty good, but they seem to have the market cornered on binder pages. I know companies such as, I believe it's Card Guard, and there's like Top Care or something like that, Top Defense, something like that. There are a couple different companies that produce binder pages, and almost all of them are garbage in comparison to Ultra Pro. Ultra Pro makes a pretty quality page. Other companies that also make pages generally do not. I do not advise buying from another company at all. Buy Ultra Pro. So the kind of binder pages you choose is kind of a big deal as well. Like I said, it's half the battle. I mean, you can have some, you could have a very lousy binder, quite frankly, and have very good pages in it, and have your cards pulled up. So that's a big deal. As for me, I bought what are called Ultra Pro Premium Series. They are 18 pocket pages. They are side loading, very similar to what you might see with Monster Protectors. This is what they look like. I do apologize for the little glare that's there, but you can kind of see that's the package they come with. And they look just like this. And I've kind of showcased this binder a little bit before, but they are side loading, just like Monster Protectors. They are PVC free, acid free, all that good stuff. UV protection, made in USA, ultra clear. Hologram safe storage is another thing that they tend to try to sell you a little bit. But these pages I thought were really ideal for my cards, as I could hold a lot, and from what I understand, these pages hold up very well. You'll notice they're actually kind of a staple pattern on these. You can see around the edges there. That's something that's kind of nice. Companies I've seen, like Card Guard and stuff, they tend to make a very flimsy binder. It looks like they're just kind of pressed on. They're not so good. Obviously, Ultra Pro makes more than one kind of page. These are actually hard to come by unless you know how to look for them specifically. But a lot of times the binder pages that you'll see are top loading. You just kind of insert cards from the top and it's open shut case. You're done. These a little more complicated, but they're very good pages. So that is something to consider whenever you buy a binder. So I talked a lot about the actual binder itself. It's a decent enough binder. Pages, half the battle. Always remember that. Ultra Pro, that's a big thing. The actual price tag on this particular item, you guys aren't going to believe this one. It's $30. Actually, it's a little over $30. It's a very expensive binder. Now, keep in mind, it's just as much as, say, Monster Protectors or something like that. But again, this is a binder that really isn't made for TCG stuff. So I was experimenting a little bit, did a bunch of research online to kind of look at different aspects of different binders. And this one seemed to cover most of the things that are necessary in a binder. Transportation, protection, things of that nature. So I really like this binder. I wanted to share it with you guys. Obviously, this is a $30 binder. You don't have to buy a binder that's this expensive. Case-It sells other binders that are cheaper, about half that price. As a matter of fact, they're also about half the size. So it depends on the actual your actual needs themselves. The fun thing about binders is that they're so specific to the collector. You can get a custom binder. You can get basically what is a binder sleeve. You can get like your standard binder, and then you can kind of insert it into a cardboard box sort of thing. There are portfolio boxes. There are a number of different options you can have with binders that are not TCG specific, and it can help you build a collection that is more specific to you, rather than cater towards the needs of, say, monster protectors or top loader binders that are very specific. They're only made for one thing. Buying a binder that is kind of outside that realm gives you more options, which I think is pretty cool. So definitely going to be looking at other binders and other aspects as the future of the channel evolves here. We look at all kinds of different stuff. You guys know how it works, especially those of you who've been subscribed for a while. I cover a multitude of topics on this channel, and binders definitely being one of them. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. You guys will see other reviews, I'm sure. Matter of fact, as I'm filming this, I'm actually thinking about kind of doing a compare and contrast video on different binders and talking about that as well. So you might have that to look forward to in the near future. Like I was saying, thanks for watching. I'll have another upload again in the future, so stay tuned.